I've been reading Can I Steal You for a Second by Jodi McAllister, and it's very good. And I was partway through an email to Jodi explaining why the book was very good when I remembered that she has a PhD in romance fiction. She's literally the love doctor. She's not going to appreciate me mansplaining to her what makes a good romance novel. So instead, I thought I'd mansplain it to you. When you're deciding whether to write your book in first person or third, stay with me, it's a good idea to consider whether your character is more interesting from the inside or the outside. Do they have unusual thought patterns, an interesting perspective, lots of inner conflict? That's an inside character, and first person is probably your best bet. Or do they have great dialogue, curious behaviours, visually striking? That's an outside character, which is not the same thing as a shallow character, by the way, but third person is probably your best bet. Side note, in film and TV, all characters have to be outside characters. Romance fiction often features alternating perspectives, which typically means that the characters need to function as inside characters in some chapters and outside characters in others. This becomes especially difficult towards the end of the book when you're trying to make the reader curious about what a character is thinking, but the reader already knows because they've been inside that character's head. Can I Steal You for a Second is about two women who sign up for a reality TV show that's a lot like The Bachelor but isn't The Bachelor, presumably for legal reasons, and one of them falls in love with the other woman instead of with The Bachelor. It is told in first person, and the narrator is the perfect inside character. She has so much inner conflict, such an interesting way of looking at the world, and kind of the voices in her head, particularly the voice of her ex-girlfriend, is like really compelling to listen to. The woman she falls in love with is the perfect outside character. She's visually striking, she has great laugh-out-loud dialogue, and she exhibits behaviours that are either curious, that makes the reader wonder what's going on in her head, or they are just wonderfully, wonderfully sweet romantic gestures that, really tug at the heartstrings. There are a million things I love about this book, but I've only got time to talk about that one. So just take it from me. If you love romance, you should read it. And if you don't love romance, read it anyway. You might walk out a convert.